घेतलं आणि त्याच्यानंतर नंतर मग आयआयएम्स अहमदाबाद मधनं त्यांनी मॅनेजमेंट शिकले आणि नंतर जवळजवळ 30 वर्ष त्यांचा वेगवेगळ्या क्षेत्रामध्ये अनुभव राहिलेला आहे, भारतामध्ये आणि अमेरिकेमध्ये सुद्धा. नंतर त्यांचे व्हेरियस मल्टिपल एंटरप्रिनर्स त्यांनी डायव्हर्सिफाईड कामं केले, कन्सल्टिंगच्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी केल्या आणि 30 वर्षाचा त्यांचा वेगवेगळ्या क्षेत्रातला अनुभव आहे. ह्या व्यतिरिक्त ते सर्टिफाईड कॉर्पोरेट डायरेक्टर्स बाय IICA and IOD, one of the first few individuals in India to qualify to be an independent director. He is also serving diverse set of business and HNI high net worth individuals in capacity of virtual CEO, helping them in providing solutions for critical challenges, decision making, and business strategy. Sanjay is also an independent director on the board of CEO Telematics Limited, which is listed on BSE. He was also earlier associated with many multinationals like Monsanto, Procter and Gamble, General Electric, Tata Consultancy Services, IBM Global Services, CS X Corporation, Trishidhan Group, Ernst and Young LLP in diverse role. तर असा त्यांचा वेगवेगळा प्रवास आहे आणि वेगवेगळ्या क्षेत्रात त्यांचं योगदान राहिलेलं आहे. नंतर त्यांनी ग्रोथ सेन्स नावाची एक कंपनी फॉर्म केली, जी की व्हायब्रंट इकोसिस्टम जी असते स्टार्टअपची त्या फॉर्मॅटमध्ये केली आणि स्टार्टअपला व्हॅलिडेशन करणे, डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ प्रॉडक्ट, मेकिंग ऑफ बिझनेस, इन्व्हेस्टमेंट रेडी टू अरेंज ग्रोथ कॅपिटल टू प्रोव्हाइड पोस्ट फंडिंग सपोर्ट, एव्हरीथिंग ॲट वन प्लेस. So Growth Sales Private Limited is registered as a startup by Government of India and funded and supported by Marquee Angle investor and industry leaders. In short, a span of formal existence, Growth Sales has gained recognition as the most trusted platform by both startup and founders and angel investors. Primarily because of our philosophy of treating each business where we provide service as our own venture and treating every dollar of investor as our own money. तर अशी त्यांची फिलॉसॉफी घेऊन ह्या लोकांनी काम चालू केलेलं आहे आणि आज ते आपल्यासोबत तेच सांगणार आहेत की स्टार्टअपला इव्हॅल्युएट कसं करायचं, याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही काय कंट्रीब्युट करू शकता. नुसतं पैसे कमवणे नाही, पण तुमच्याजवळ जो काय एक्सपिरियन्स आहे, एक्सपर्टीज आहे, हा योग्य ठिकाणी कसा वापर करून तुमचे पैसे पण लावले जातील आणि इकोसिस्टमला कुठेतरी मदत होऊ शकेल, असा आपला आजचा याच्यावरचा त्यांची माहिती देण्याचा हा प्रयत्न राहणार. तर मला असं वाटतं मी आता जास्त वेळ न घेता संजय सारडांना सांगतो की त्यांनी आपला ह्या ज्या प्लॅटफॉर्मवर त्यांचा जो काही ग्रोथ सेन्स आहे प्लस स्टार्टअप बद्दल ज्यांना जी काय लोकांमध्ये उत्सुकता असते त्याबद्दल त्यांनी माहिती द्यावी.
थँक्यू शैलेशजी. आणि खूपच डिटेल छान इंट्रोडक्शन दिलं. थँक्यू सो मच. आणि व्हॉट आय विल डू, प्रेझेंटेशन तर मी इंग्लिश मध्ये बनवलं, इंग्लिश हिंदी मराठी आपण मिक्स करून बोलूया.
चालेल
चालेल ना?
Yes.
So I'll just take the presentation is brief. This is just to set a context की ओव्हरऑल आपण काय करतोय आणि we can then have more question and answers so that we can discuss on any queries, challenges or whatever things you may like to know. I will try to answer. So very briefly, like if I talk about startups. So just first, I would like to bring your attention, on any asset class. Just see from last 500,000 or 2,000 years, you will see all the asset class are enjoyed by the super rich people first. So if you take a land, these were enjoyed by zamindars, Raja, Maharaja, and everybody. Stocks were enjoyed by very, very large brokers in Bombay Stock Exchange, where the tradings were happening on like one-on-one shouting basis and all this. If you see cryptocurrency, now also majority of the cryptocurrency is held by very, very limited people in the world. And now it has come down to general public. Same is for startups. So startups were there in Silicon Valley since maybe 2 decades or more. But in India recently, it has gained traction, especially after 2014 when the government started supporting this ecosystem. So if you just see celebrity investors, you name any, like Ratan Tata, Dhoni, Deepika Padukone, or you just name anyone, they have invested in startups. So that is one asset class these people are investing heavily in a professional way. If you check Modi ji, I mean, last 3, 4, 5 years, you listen to any of his speech, whether it is political, non-political, anywhere. Couple of mention about startups, it will never end. So, I mean, that's what emphasis government is giving for startups. So again, I mean, most of us know what our startups are. Just to give a brief idea, I mean, can we call any company a startup, or what is the definition of startup? So basically, as per government norms or as per what the investor understands, a startup is a new entity. It should be primarily working for either innovation, development, or improvement of new product, process, or services. And secondly, it should have a model which is scalable and should have a potential of either very good wealth creation or great employment generation. So, I mean, these are the categories which are identified as startups. In India, if you see, I mean, after 2014, it has grown very fast. And now you can say India is one of the fastest startup growing ecosystem in the world. We can be called number 2, number 3 positions in the world now. Almost 1 lakh startups are recognized by Government of India, and that's growing. And there are some benefits government has given. Of course, I mean, once you start the startup journey, I mean, some benefits are available, including up to 100 crores of tax exemption are the benefits available from government. This is just a quick snapshot, like, I mean, what kind of wealth Indian startups have has created in last few years, I mean, in recent years. Of course, I have just mentioned 3, 4 names just to give you idea. I mean, what are the size of the successful startups? If you see unicorns, there are more than 110 unicorns in India. When we say unicorn, it's basically by definition company valued at more than $1 billion US. So that is growing year on year in India, and huge number of capital have been raised by them, and very, very high wealth is created by all these successful startups. For investors also, it has given great returns. So like, these are just few examples what kind of multiple returns investor got. This is the information, whatever is available in public domain. That's what I have mentioned here. Then this is like, I mean, our first-hand investment experience. I mean, we are investing in startups since last few years. So, I mean, these are some of our investments where we have also realized returns of more than 13x or 2x in 5 months, or 5x in 11 months, 4x in 20 months, and so on and so forth. So this is just to set a context, like what are the startups. So let's understand, as a professional, as a like, I mean, key person with a good and established career and good experience, how we can contribute in startup ecosystem. So primarily, there are 3 pillars of startup ecosystem. I mean, we can define or divide the startup ecosystem in 3 parts. One is startup itself. When I say startup, it's a company and the founders combination. That's what is a startup. Second is incubators and mentors. So organizations which help startup to establish their business, grow. It could be incubator, accelerator, mentors, or experts who are helping the founders in fine tuning and working with them to let the startup grow. And third important pillar is investors. So now, how to participate? Like, if you want to participate in startup ecosystem, what are the options for you? One is, as I mentioned, join as a startup founder, or you can join as a mentor or a subject matter expert and be part of the journey, or you can join as an investor. So quickly, if I want to say, if you want to start as a founder, what exactly you need? I mean, you should have some unique idea or product. You should have some solution for a critical real problem, which, I mean, what kind of critical challenge you are solving for the society. And you should be very, very, or I would say truly passionate about what you are offering. Your commitment should be 100%. It cannot be like, I mean, I am starting a business. If it works, I will run. If it's not, I will not. Then that probably you don't qualify as a startup founder. And most important is you should be coachable, and you should be ready to accept the change. If you want to participate as a mentor or a subject matter expert, just identify what are your real subject matter expertise based on whatever you have learned, based on your education or experience, or whatever way you have acquired the knowledge, how you can share that. You should be ready to align with the vision of the founder, because most of these people come with a very crazy ideas, crazy vision, which may or may not be realistic, but we should be ready to align with them and should be open to take risk. Why I'm saying open to take risk, because you will be investing your time and expertise. At the same time, you may not get a real compensation in cash. Probably you may get some equity in the company. So your time wise, there is a risk. But if you are aligning with the vision, there is a great opportunity. And another thing is to start or join the startup ecosystem which is the simplest one, to join as an investor. So if you want to join as an investor, what are the benefits? So as we all know, all our investment should be diversified. Every wealth advisor will advise you to put all your money in different baskets, maybe real estate, gold, or mutual funds, and then different type of mutual funds, equity, then high risk, low risk, balanced, everything. So similarly, this startup is one more asset class which gives this opportunity for diversification. And it is proven based on past numbers, data, records, and experience that if it is systematically invested and monitored, startups have a great potential of giving exponential returns. But there are certain challenges also, or there are entry barriers, you can say. First of all, this startup deals, nothing is listed in the market. So it is a challenge always to access this deal. There are hundreds of deals happening every day, but do we have access to it? Second is investment amount or a ticket size, which is also relatively higher, in a startup investment. Risk of failure is definitely high. It's not like, every startup which starts today is going to be a successful. There will be some failure. When I say failure, it will be 100% written off, or company will shut down. Then the fees of consultant for evaluation of the project. If startup comes to you for a funding, naturally you have to evaluate, and we are not expert in every field. So naturally we appoint consultant to evaluate the deals. So that becomes a very expensive thing for a small investor. And then the most difficult part is monitoring the investment, because that is the investment you have to monitor for 3 to 5 years of time span, what they are doing, how they are growing, what are the challenges and everything. So that is another significant cost or barrier for any investor to join startup. So now if you want to participate as investor, there are a couple of ways you can participate. So one is you can join as a member of unit or a unit holder of VC or PE fund. So there your expected or desired minimum investment is in the range of 1 crore every year. Second possibility for an investor is to participate as a member of AIF. AIF is an alternate investment fund approved and registered by SEBI. So here you can participate with, and you have to give a minimum commitment of 25 lakhs in 5 years. You cannot default this commitment because it is given to the regulator. But there are stringent net worth and other experience criteria which everybody needs to fulfill. Half of the investors don't qualify for this thing. So this is very restricted to limited class of investors. Another is participate as an individual angel investor. When I say individual angel investor, so when a startup is taking, let's say 1 crore, 2 crore, 10 crore funding, so they take not from a single person, they take from large number of individual angels. So you can participate as an individual investor on a startup investment and become a shareholder of the company. But here, how you can do it? You have to take a membership of few angel networks. Some of the angel network charge maybe a couple of lakh rupees annual membership fee to be member of them, and then pay fee deal to deal. And there are some networks which are very nominal fee or no fee type models also. But you have to invest minimum 2.5 to 5 lakh or higher in a single investment, single startup which you identify where you want to invest. But what is required or suggested here to mitigate the risk, you should rather invest in minimum 10 deals every year. Otherwise, I mean, that will become buying a lottery ticket. So, I mean, naturally, when we do it as an investment, it has to be, risk should be mitigated. So multiple investments are required. Another model is you can participate as something similar to mutual fund SIP model for a long term. So this is a unique model which is designed by our company, and we are working since last few years on it. And here investors can start with 1 lakh. So this model I will take a couple of more minutes and explain in next few slides. And then one more platform is available like Growth 91, where even at a smaller ticket size, somebody want to test the waters and see startup investments, they can start as low as 20, 25, 50,000 rupees in a startup which they like the deal. It is a startup marketplace where we present curated and independently evaluated deals. Every information is presented on the platform, and investor can invest with a very small amount and get the data on the platform of their performance. So let's talk about the last two opportunities which I mentioned. So like first three possibilities where you start with 1 crore and become a member of PE fund, so that naturally you can aspire to start with that once you test the waters. Second is you can definitely join as an angel investors and participate in a deal to deal where you have more conviction on some specific startup. You can invest in a higher ticket size. But other these are two things is like, I mean, a mutual fund like model and a small ticket size model, which we'll talk a little more about it. So this first is this mutual fund like model which we have created could be a best starting point for you. It's specifically focused for either first time investors in startup or someone who may be investing in startup but want to diversify the portfolio in a more balanced way. Just to quickly share what we have done up till now, like, I mean, just to give you idea what we have done and achieved here. We have started this in May 2020. Currently, I mean, although started with 5 investors or 5 members with 1 fund, and now we have 4 such independent funds with large number of investors in each fund. Invested in more than 65 startups. And when we say invested in 65 startups, so here I have, and my colleague Jimish, who is also available on the call, we have personally evaluated more than 750 deals till last March. And after that, I mean, we stopped counting. So every day or every week, 5 to 7 deals we evaluate for validating the opportunity. And if we like it, then go do the deep dive calls and then select from this and invest it. Reasonably good returns our selection of startups were good, luckily, and performing well. So our investors were able to get a notional good returns in last 3 years. Because many of our startups gave more than 400% kind of returns on a deal-to-deal basis. Our USP is like the concept is very unique because this industry is not regulated yet. The mutual fund like model creation and having an algorithm to arrive at some acceptable NAV, this is very unique. Ticket size is very, very low, so risk get mitigated. Management fees are very, very low because we are like distributing it across a large number of deals and large number of startups. And the very unique thing is like virtually or indirectly exit possibilities are made available every month because investor invest on a regular basis. So we are able to facilitate secondary market sell for somebody who want to exit. Although we encourage everybody to come with a vision of minimum 3 to 5 years of timeline. It is something like real estate. So, I mean, you buy the real estate and don't try to sell it tomorrow. I mean, even if it's a great property, it will be very, very difficult to sell very next day. So it has to be purchased, hold, and wait for the right buyer, right market condition, and then you sell. So just come with a vision of 3 to 5 years timeline. You can expect good returns. And most important thing here, I mean, we are managing it very, very professionally, and transparency is maintained. I would say happily 100% transparency we maintain. Compliance is 100%. I mean, although we completed 3 financial years, and all these 3 financial years, we are happy that we were able to present the final unaudited balance sheet on 1st of April every year without fail. So that kind of real-time data accounts we maintain. This is one sample screenshot of a dashboard which we give to all our members and investors, so they know, I mean, what is the amount they have invested, how many startups their amount is distributed, what is the if there is any profit share credit available with them, what is the current value of their CCD or security, how much % they hold in the company overall, and what is the current value. And then there are a list of documents which are their personal share certificates, and everything is available to the investors. On a click of button, they know all the deals, what the company do, when we committed investment, when we transferred the fund, who are the founders, who are the other investor who invested along with that. Every single detail which is relevant for an investor is available here. Entry-wise details are available when the amounts are transferred, withdrawn, or whatever transaction details are there. And what do we say? The benefit of our overall, solution is like we have created an additional layer of expertise over and above the startup angel investment platforms, reducing the financial exposure to any single startup for the member. Our professional fee becomes very, very affordable because of the concept of large number of group and investing from multiple funds. And the opportunity is given to members to enter anytime and exit anytime. This is just a rough idea about past performance, like when we started with a NAV of 10 and it's growing till now. Luckily, I mean, although a couple of startups have failed, but since it is diversified, so overall impact on the returns or NAV is not that much. Second, quickly, I will talk about somebody who has time to evaluate deal one-on-one basis. They can even start investing on Growth 91 platform. So here, the platform is like, I mean, founded by myself, Jimish, and we have one more co-founder, Pratik. We have started this, and it is incubated at PDU, which is the university where Mukesh Ambani, Reliance chairman, is the chairman at the university. It is funded by very, very good names in angel investment in India and USA. And we have, fortunately, very good set of advisors and brand ambassadors like film producer Atul Kasbekar, Deepak Kelkar, who is one of the renowned psychiatrists, and Asit Oberoi. He's a very, very renowned name in financial industry, who was the CXO of Yes Bank, Fidelity, Standard Chartered earlier in his career. And how, like, I mean, if somebody want to join and invest Growth 91, how do they do it? I mean, it's very simple. Just visit the website, sign up as investor, check the deals which are available on the platform, and just click on a button, commit your investment. No money needs to be transferred, just commitment. All this process takes not more than 2 minutes. After that, once the commitments are complete, the startup completes all the formalities and issue formal offer letters as per legal provisions. And post that, investor can transfer the funds using UPI or net banking, and money is managed by a SEBI registered trustee. When the deal is complete, the fund is transferred by the trustee to the startup sector. Agreement signing is also Aadhaar validated digital signing. And post that, you can get real-time updates on your investments on the dashboard provided by. Now, the most important thing, is it for everybody? So basically, just see whether you fit in this class. I mean, there are people, I mean, everybody's risk appetite is different. So if anybody who wish to create wealth, not like a regular return of 10, 12, 13, 14%, if you are comfortable, then startup is not for you. If you are really interested in creating wealth, definitely take an exposure to startups. Then anyone who can comfortably allocate some amount for high risk investment every year. It's not definitely for a very, very early stage college graduate who just started working in taking a job. He should not invest everything of what he earns from the salary. So, I mean, whatever allocation you do, that should be for the high risk from your complete investment portfolio. And that should be regular. It cannot be just once you invested in startup and wait for the return. Probably that may or may not work. That will be like lottery. And third is anyone who may get satisfaction of being part of great companies at earlier stage. So just imagine, like, I mean, now every one of us, most of us rather shop at Amazon. What if you invested maybe 1 lakh rupees in Amazon when Amazon was very, very at an early stage as an angel investor? So that kind of investments give great satisfaction that I was the person who waited on that XYZ founder and now see the company so and so big and great. So that satisfaction cannot be valued in money terms. If anything, any one of these three fits you, then probably startup investment is for you. And what are the next steps? So one is like if you have time to review the opportunities and start investing with very small ticket, to join Growth 91, or even if you don't want, just log in and sign up. Probably you will keep getting the emails for the deals and everything. And in future, you can at least stay connected and get more and more information and join whenever you feel comfortable. And second is join our mutual fund like model, where you can depend on experts to build your portfolio. You can just visit growth-sense.com website, go to the menu, select investor. You can register there as an investor. Either me or Jimmy, somebody will connect with you and we can onboard you. So friends, thank you. This is just like tried to briefly explain what are the startup ecosystem, how you can participate, and what are the possibilities we have created. And just to, I'm sure Shailesh ji must have told you. Shailesh ji is, associated with us, in the first group, which we started in May 2020. So I'll be very happy to take any questions, anything. If you have posted anything in chat, I can see. But otherwise, you can unmute and ask questions.
Sanjay, I had one question that many of
Yes,
our
sir.
group members are very much rich in experience, and they may offer their services along with some angel investment also. And so matchmaking can be done with their expertise if they can offer to some startup.
Right.
There are various stalwarts who have worked in various capacities in institutions, corporates, as well as in government. So they can offer their services. So on that way, as well as some independent directors also, their services could be more useful. So
Absolutely.
can you elaborate on this?
Yeah. So that's what I said. So when I was talking about which are the major pillars of startup ecosystem, one was like experts and mentors. Right. So, but see the system, the challenges are like connecting to the right opportunities. So startups are there, experts are also there, but we have to know, which thing fits us. Secondly, to be into the ecosystem, you should be connected somewhere. Directly or indirectly, you should be connected. So one way to connect is like you register on Startup India website and register as an expert. If somebody see your profile, they may... What?
Registering individually on that website is also
registered as an individual on the website, but there are thousands of people registered. If somebody see your profile, they may approach you, contact you, and take your services. Second, the easiest thing is like join as an investor. The moment you are investor in the startup, specific
Yeah.
startup, there is a higher possibility that you can contribute and in the growth journey of the startup. For example, even if we are investing 5 lakh rupees in a startup, although they don't pay us anything extra, but voluntarily every investor try to help the startup. But some
Yes.
startups we identify based on our expertise, where we feel that we can contribute more, give some more time, and discuss. So if there is a tuning between founders and the expert, there are advisory equities is a very common concept. So startup gives some small equity to the advisor depending on the time, contribution, expectations, deliverables, whatever are mutually discussed. And they contribute and give time. And that's how really that this ecosystem is helping. So if you see any startup, I would say 80% of the startup will have some or other advisors with them.
Okay.
So yes, this is a great opportunity, like for people with larger experience and how we contribute. And as you explained at growth